You got me. Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen my face before, I'm Amy and this is Let's Discuss, and we're just chatting about everything and anything that's interesting me in the mummy vlogger, family vlogger circle. And today, people who we just love to chat about are the SACCONEJOLYs, and oh my gosh, the rumours are spiraling.
From EchoofEmily have been appearing to people as ads.
I made that video, the EchoofEmily video. I made it because I was shared a link to Tassel, I had a little read, and I felt a certain type of way enough for me to go, well, even if it's not Jonathan behind this account, which I'm still quite 50-50 split, I'm leaning more towards I think Jonathan does have something to do with this, and I'm going to explain it in a minute. Basis for our argument that Jonathan should not be following accounts like this, which are obviously a little bit weird, and this person is obviously under the age of 13. Sorry. Taking my glasses off, that is so unprofessional of me. I just literally got back in. Anyway, starting to veer more towards the side of it could be Jonathan, but I made that video just, if anything, he shouldn't be following these types of accounts because it's just creepy and weird, because whoever the voice is obviously a very, very little girl. So that was my main argument. He shouldn't be following things like that. Anyway, if you're interested in watching that video, I'll leave it linked up here. I did actually do a poll, a SACCONEJOLY poll, and I keep on calling it like SACCONEPOLY poll, but I did a SACCONEPOLY poll, and basically very, very few of you said that you don't believe it whatsoever. But like the majority believe that it is Jonathan behind this account, and then there was also a portion where people said, I really can't make up my mind, I'm in the middle. I'm going to be chatting all about it. And just like a public service announcement, I just want to say I'm nearly at 3,800 subscribers, and I've grown so quickly in a really short space of time. And I just want to say thank you, like thank you so much. And ever since I sort of found my voice and I've been sharing what I've been thinking and feeling, you guys really appreciate that. And there's just nothing that is nicer than knowing that whatever I have to say is resonating with people. And I just want to say thank you so much. I'm nearly at 4,000, and I swear it was just yesterday I was doing I've got to 3,000 subs. It might fall completely flat now and I might be like, I'll never be able to get to 4K, but I'm so nearly there, and I just want to say thank you, like thank you so much. So I was minding my own business, I was sent a link to a TikTok that was done, and it was about this whole EchoofEmily thing, and I was like, ah, interesting.
Kind of physically looks to be a teenaged or sort of a young woman for the purposes of unknown.
And the thing is that the tags, people were tagging Jonathan Joly and the SACCONEJOLYs in these videos. He must have seen this by now. If not, he's obviously had some, like the few supporters he has left telling him, go and check out this video. He must do, because like some of these TikToks have thousands of hearts and whatever. I'm not the biggest TikTok person watching it, but I don't fully understand how it works. I don't use it, if it makes any sense. They have been getting, some of these videos have been getting a lot of attraction, okay? And the thing is that if it wasn't true, surely you'd come out with something and just say, hey guys, this isn't true. Like, stop spreading these rumors about me. It wasn't just, because when I made my video, I wasn't coming on to just be like, to like poke, like to, like, I did say multiple times, that you guys can make your own opinions. I'm just bringing you this information. I wasn't saying this is definitely 110% Jonathan and this is disgusting and he shouldn't be talking to minors like that. And I wasn't saying that. I was very much just presenting all the information I was alerted to and then just going, what do you guys think? And then ever since I made that video, other people have made things on TikTok and it must have reached him. And if it wasn't true, Jonathan, just come out and say it. Just say it wasn't true. Say none of this is true, but he literally hasn't. And he's been posting on TikTok. I'll read you a couple of the comments, which people have now been going onto the EchoofEmily and going onto her channel, and this is what some people said. This is definitely Amelia SACCONEJOLY, and if you look on a previous video where there's two of them, the second girl is wearing the same, as in is wearing the same top and outfit that Jonathan portrayed in his Dondi video. The outfits are identical, which is one of the points I brought up. Someone else said, this voice sounds identical to Amelia SACCONEJOLY and her dad has an animation degree, ... eyes. And I completely forgot about this because I wasn't quite sure if he had ever used his animation degree. I remember him saying a long time ago that he did study animation, but then he also says that he dropped out of uni and stuff, so I'm just not entirely sure. But he did make the animation to that Domdy video, and if he did that, then these are completely identical. Oh my god, I didn't even read this comment and I instantly thought it was her. I'm sure I've heard her friend got a TikTok and she wanted it too, so I'm sure it's her. If you go onto the Emily TikTok, it's being flooded at the minute with people saying, yeah, that's Amelia, and I'm still very much in the middle. And I know you may think like, oh, well, how can you be in the middle when you make these videos? Because until that person actually comes out and says and makes a statement, it is quite difficult for anyone to truly believe it, especially as it doesn't appear like that was a child's way of replying to comments. Some of the replies to some of the comments, like, I'll give you a hug and be my friend and stuff, are just creepy, like so creepy in my eyes. So, but then again, Jonathan hasn't come out and actually made a statement. In fact, he's been completely radio silent on pretty much all of his socials. He's been on TikTok a bit because he claims, okay, Jonathan Joly has said before, and I can't remember where he said it. I think he made a TikTok post. Either way, I covered it in a video a little while ago. Him basically saying that TikTok doesn't earn them any money. TikTok is not their moneymaker. Everyone was saying, why are you putting Edie out? Why are you exploiting her? Which, by the way, he's still doing. Like, this is such old news now. Like, he's going to continue doing it until it just becomes a really scary, horrible situation for her. And anyway. And he said, actually, we don't really earn any money from TikTok. YouTube is where we make our money. He's not really posting on YouTube anymore, but he has been exploiting Edie. Now, I say this because it's very, very interesting. Anna Saccone, so she has been pretty much, she has her own channel, Anna Saccone, which I actually really used to like watching back in the day. I used to like watching her day in the lives or her little sit down chat with me. Because I thought that was a bit of yogurt. This is not yogurt. This is the light bouncing off of my nose. If you're looking at that going, I thought that was yogurt. It's not. It's light bouncing off of my nose. Okay, anyway, back to my point. So I used to like watching her back in the day, and she's been completely radio silent on most of her platforms. But she has now started doing TikToks. She's now started doing lots of TikToks. And do we remember she made that Instagram reel where she was basically saying that she's useless and she can't do her job because she was trying to figure out how to do reels and how to make a TikTok? Well, she's now basically pumping out one TikTok a day. And anyone who's been watching the SHOCKINGEJOLYs for a little while knows that Anna puts in minimal amounts of effort into the work that she does, probably for the most reward. Anna is not going to make TikToks. She's not gonna make TikToks and put this level of effort, which for Anna, uploading a TikTok a day, I'm sorry, is effort for her. She wouldn't do that unless there was some sort of a incentive, some sort of a reward out of it, which just goes to show that their whole thing of we don't earn anything from TikTok is a complete lie. Like, I'm sorry, it is, because otherwise why is Anna now taking the reins and uploading TikTok videos? She has a channel which has over 1 million subscribers. If your money was coming from YouTube, surely she would just reignite her channel. Bad comments appear on all platforms. If people felt a certain type of way, they would just go and tell her on her Instagram. I also do find it, I feel like she's always trying to like put a distance between herself and Jonathan. And I say that because if you go onto her Instagram account, it says Anna Saccone, she, her, once again, public figure, mama of 4 and 6 dogs. Eating disorder survivor. It used to say married to Jonathan Joly, and that is no longer there anymore. I'm pretty sure that it always has been Anna Saccone, but her husband Jonathan was always in her bio, and if you go onto his, he's not in there either. And I'm not saying this to go like, oh, their marriage is over and da da da. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think she's trying to put a big distance between her brand and Jonathan's brand, and I think it's the reason why she refuses to post on YouTube, because she knows that the SHOCKINGEJOLYs as a brand are getting a lot of backlash, but they're also getting a lot of backlash on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So if YouTube earns her the most amount of money, why doesn't she just do YouTube videos? She used to pull in more views, way more views than the SACCONEJOLY. Towards the end, she used to pull in more views because people didn't want to see Jonathan anymore. And people gravitate more to Anna because she's just a more likable character. Say what you will about her, and to me, she's a more likable character. I think she's extremely complicit with what happens, and she's just as heavily to blame for this whole exploiting thing as Jonathan. But you can't deny that she is, at least in my eyes, I can't deny that she is the more likable character. It's interesting how everyone always tags Jonathan Jolie in this EchoofEmily account, but they're not tagging Anna. And I do find that's quite interesting. And I think that's because people associate Jonathan with everything wrong in the SACCONEJOLYs and think of Anna as this poor wife who's like locked in a tower like Rapunzel. Do you see what I mean? Having said that, what I'm gonna do is, because I want to try and keep this like unbiased opinion, Jonathan, they have so very little fans left, and I say this all the time, but since I started covering them in January or February, somewhere, wait, when did I start covering them? The juices from the strawberry have leaked into my granola. I used to get the no sugar, like just seed granola, and it used to make me quite sad. So now I just get like the full sugar, the one that you get in Lidl and Aldi with like the little balls. So good. Honey, chia seeds, chop up some strawberries. If I'm feeling like extra fancy, I'll put some like Manuka honey in here. It doesn't look very good right now because it's all melted. And what I do is I then put it in the fridge. I make it all up whilst I make the kids breakfast. I make all mine up. I then put it in the fridge, and by the time I come back like 45 minutes later, the granola's kind of gone like soft and a little bit chewy, and I love that texture because it's been sat in the fridge. It's the best thing ever. Anyway, like, cause I don't really like crunchy granola. I like it when it's like a little bit chewy. You don't have many followers left. This is just going off of their, I think this is Instagram, the Instagram reels. I'll read you a couple comments from like either side of the coin. So one person said, I followed you for years and have always been a fan of you and Anna, but this is bordering on child exploitation in my opinion. It's not bordering. This is like full-on child exploiting to like the highest degree. And it's funny because I occasionally, not very often, occasionally I'll get people that come in who are just SACCONEJOLY fans or just aren't on board with commentary. You say like, you're exploiting this as much as them, and and it's like, I have been like keeping such a close eye on this family, A, because it really interests me, B, because what they're doing is disgusting, and C, I've got a lot of people that really like hearing my opinions on them. And it's in a horrible way, it's like watching a show together that you can't get off, but it's real life. And the fact that I'm even saying that just proves how ridiculous it is, because this shouldn't be thought of as this is someone's life, if you see what I mean. And if no one can speak up and talk about this kind of thing, then nothing will ever be done about it. Like, it will just go underneath the radar. If I wasn't talking about it, you just have someone else who was talking about it. It's the way of the world. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, just saying as a genuine fan follower that this is not impressive and doesn't make me want to watch. I believe it's taken her this long to figure it out. Someone else said, it's Pride Month, people. People need to stop with the negativity. Jonathan Jolie is just a proud father, showing how proud he is of his daughter and supporting her choices, and Edie is showing how proud she is of herself and how far she has come. It really saddens me that people are commenting such hateful comments. Please, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I hate that bit when people say, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And it's like, this is not the reality that the world is. In an ideal world, I would love to never have to say anything negative to people. But unfortunately, that is not the way the world works. And people who say that, just like, I don't understand how they get by in day-to-day life. These people must, like, it's not true. Everyone is negative to a certain degree. Negative towards their self, negative towards their family, their friends, negative online. You're going to find negativity no matter where you go. So I don't understand people that say like, choose kindness over sadness, choose and it's just like, I don't believe that for 1 minute that is what you do in your own spare time. And Edie, if you see this, you keep doing what you do and don't let anyone bring you down for being so proud of who you are, what you support, no matter what. Someone said, please guys, stop hating on them. You don't know anything. Maybe it's for the money, but maybe Edie just loves to do videos and is very open about her dead name. You don't know, so please stop assuming you know everything. Thank you. Sweet Jesus. All these comments are disgusting. If you don't have anything nice to say, or don't like it, why can't you just ignore it or stop stalking their pages? It's not hard. Because what the SHOCKINGJOLYs are doing is something that should not be done. And if people don't speak up about it and don't challenge them on all their social media platforms, nothing will ever be done about it. You can't contact these people via any other method. Do you know what I mean? Like, people just don't, people will not listen to you. And if people feel a certain way, like so strongly about a certain topic, people will keep on talking about it. And that's just the way it is. Someone said, Jonathan, how much money will it take for you to stop exploiting this child? We can start a GoFundMe and you can go away and live a peaceful life raising your kids. I know you have to pay bills, we all do, but you have 4 kids in private school, so I'm sure things will be tight, but we all care about the kids and want them to have a future away from the performing monkey cash cow status poor Edie has. Will 1 million be enough to get them through high school? And someone said, Edie is not being exploited. Oh God, the thing is that most of these comments are coming from people who are like genuinely concerned, like genuinely were fans and are concerned, and then you have people that are still clinging on to hope. Like, if every single thing that they've done since January isn't enough and that's still not turning them away, there is no hope for them. It's great that you're so supportive, but having her dress up masculine and act all sad like she's mimicking the feeling of being misgendered just for the sake of a video feels a bit cruel for a kid, mate. That is so true. In this original video that everyone's commenting on, which caused uproar, was basically Edie in a sort of dressing gown and she looks all sad, and then she takes off the thing and she's wearing a dress and all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm so pulled into this whole EchoofEmily situation, and I kind of feel a bit better about myself now that I know that now other people are talking about it. Because for a while I was like, oh my God, no, have I just literally started a ruckus for no apparent reason? And other people are talking about it, and I feel like even if I wasn't the person to start talking about it, other people would have anyway. It was like a matter of time. But I am super interested. If it's not true, Jonathan should just address it. And if it is true, which, like, I was going to say, Jonathan shouldn't address it if it is true, but he's not addressing it. So does that tell us something? Does that tell us something? It might just do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Bye.